We need to talk about Snyder Cut. So
Let's do it.
before
Snyder
we go into
Cut.
the news, before we go into the aftermath and talk about story points, I want every single person to give it a rating out of 10 and no explanation. For me, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
No explanation. One rating.
8 out of 10. 8 or 8.5 out of 10.
Okay. Sheesh.
This man said no explanation.
We'll get to that in a second. This would be. I want this to be interesting.
I'll
'Cause you gotta-
give it. I'll give it a 7.8. I'll give it a 7.8 out of 10.
Okay.
Are we specific?
Specifics. Yeah. Okay.
IMDb.
I'll give it a 3.5.
So we're
Look at
just
yourself.
going downhill.
Yeah,
here.
I'm joking. I'll
we
give
started
it like
off
an
really
8.
high, and
I'm gonna
okay.
kick you from the VC for a second.
No, I'll give it about. Probably about a 7.5 and 8.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so something else. One, we can talk about our explanations as to why we think it's good and bad. But I want to do another thing. Is name your favorite thing about the movie and your least favorite. So
Okay.
I'll go first
Okay. Yeah,
if you want.
go.
My favorite thing has to be Steppenwolf. How much they added to Steppenwolf.
Mhm.
He wasn't my favorite part about the movie.
Okay.
He was my favorite thing that they developed on. He looks great. His voice is my favorite voice in the whole movie, above
Mhm.
Darkseid, above all the superheroes. He sounds so good. Looks
c-
great.
I just want to say, he's voice acted. I can't remember who the actor is, but he plays a character in Game of Thrones who's
Oh,
really
nice.
good. Steppenwolf.
Yeah, Steppenwolf. He was my favorite thing that they expanded on. Probably, maybe
Mhm.
not my favorite thing in the whole movie, but I really, really enjoyed it. My least favorite thing, they changed a post-credit scene from the Joss Whedon version when Deathstroke talks to Lex Luthor. So instead of them talking about building the Legion of Doom, he gives him his name. So for me, there's no
Yeah.
context to that. How does Lex know that? Why does he tell Deathstroke like this randomly? And there's no like payoff to it. It's just that he knows it now, and now he's gonna do something with it. Like there's no payoff.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
in the original
Okay.
cut, we know that they're gonna build the Legion of Doom. They're gonna get more villains in here. It's gonna be they're setting up a bigger movie where it's the Legion of Doom versus the Justice League. I personally preferred the Lex Luthor and Deathstroke original scene.
Let me argue against this.
Okay.
First of all, that wasn't the original scene. The original scene was what we saw in the Snyder Cut. That
Okay,
was
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're
the
correct, man.
The Whedon cut was a reshoot that they added. It
Yep.
was just a zoom in of Lex Luthor. Also, if we do hashtag restore the Snyderverse, then we will see Deathstroke have that payoff with knowing his name is Bruce
So,
Wayne.
I'm gonna counter argue. They can still set that up in Batman if they do that. If they
Yes.
restore it,
Okay.
they can still do that. It doesn't
Um,
need to be a post-credit scene in this movie because I feel like it's too specific. This is a grand movie. Instead of developing the Legion of Doom, they gave Deathstroke Batman's name.
Okay,
So I don't know. I
but
prefer.
It made so it made sense with the next post credit scene we got where we saw Deathstroke because
That made sense. The next
what I
one.
also feel like is that Zack Snyder purposefully left loads of post credit
Open-ended,
scenes,
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
before
Yeah,
the
totally.
credits, to make people want the next movie, and we do
Yeah.
because there's a
Mhm.
whole story opened up for that.
That, my friend, is called a cliffhanger.
Okay, so
Yeah.
my favorite thing and my least favorite thing. My favorite thing is probably Superman's entrance at the end, where
Okay.
when Steppenwolf hits him on the shoulder. Spoiler alert, by the way. Spoiler alert for Justice League, Zack Snyder's. If you haven't seen it, I mean it's probably a little bit late now.
A little bit late,
but
yeah.
you
Yeah.
really should see it. Superman's entrance was my favorite thing, and surprisingly, I really liked every single time Wonder Woman done anything and it played her theme because I just thought that was epic. But I know that annoyed quite a few
Yeah.
people.
It was
My
a little
least
annoying for me.
favorite thing in the entire movie is that Amazon that got stuck under the horse and was left there. That annoyed me the
That's
most.
true. I
Because
thought about
Don't
that. And I didn't
don't
really
they
think about it
have
either.
some sort of super strength, Amazons? couldn't
Yeah.
she have pushed off the horse
Yeah.
at
I
all?
th-
It might have been a very
However-
heavy horse.
However, it's actually a real thing. So, say your whole body gets stuck under a car or something heavy. As soon as you take it off, a bubble goes up to your heart and pops it, so you'll die anyway. So,
Oh.
Okay, but what if you just
Wow.
break your legs?
yes, but if you look at the horse, it's more than over her legs.
It is on her
Basically,
waist.
because it causes all of the
Oh.
pressure, and as soon as you release the pressure, basically your heart just
Okay.
explodes and you'll
Okay.
die. So,
Fair enough.
when ambulances get called out to accidents like that, they actually give the person the phone to call their parents and stuff, or whoever
Okay,
to say
okay.
goodbye.
What's your favorite and least favorite thing from the movie?
Let's move on. Yeah.
I was just justifying the point.
all right. It got
Alright.
really dark. So can we
Wow.
can we talk
Yeah.
about what's your favorite and least favorite things from Justice League?
Okay, so I'm gonna go with my least favorite thing first, and it may be very controversial, and you may disagree. However, I really didn't like the Joker at the end. I thought it
Oh,
was cringy.
okay.
I didn't like how he played it off, and the fact that he really tried with the Joker's laugh, and it wasn't good. He sounded rubbish in my opinion.
So actually, I was going to get to this later. I completely agree with you. I
Yeah.
was going to say that was my second least favorite thing.
Yeah.
I
Because
agree
it-
and disagree.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
It's an improvement from Suicide Squad, but I don't think Jared Leto's going to win me over.
no.
So the first time
it's-
I watched it, I didn't like it at all. But the second time I watched it, I did enjoy it much more than the first time. I still do not like Jared Leto as the Joker because his first Joker appearance in Suicide Squad was rubbish. Even though I don't think that was the original vision that Ayer was going for, because there is the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad, which we'll talk about in a bit. But it seems like now he's just going for a Heath Ledger Joker, but he's not as good as Heath Ledger, so why try to be like HeathLedger?
yeah,
Because
exactly.
Yeah,
he said to Batman, "You're my best friend," or something like that, but we've never seen that play out before. So
Well, I mean,
it
that's-
kind of felt tacked on.
So something
Yeah.
I saw was that was going to be explained in the next Justice League movie. It was going to have a flashback to him killing Robin and explaining their whole dynamic. Although, again, that's something I disagree with because I feel like that's a total Batman story, like movie right there. Like,
Mhm.
and why would you do that a
Although,
flashback?
Zack Snyder did say that even though he thinks that Ben Affleck won't be up for it, he thinks that a Batman prequel movie would be awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that would. I mean, you heard my my first answer to the first question. I'd love anything Batman.
Okay,
Especially
Dale,
that.
what's your favourite thing from the movie?
I didn't even get to go through why Joker was my
Oh,
least
okay,
favorite. You guys
alright.
just took the scene.
I thought you
Um,
did. Okay, sorry.
I mean, I did a little bit. I was just gonna go on a bit. Like you guys kind of covered it for me about like Heath Ledger. I can see that he was really trying to go with that sort of type of Joker, and it just didn't work. And again, I just thought it was cringy and a bit rubbish. But most probably my favorite thing that it's really small, but I'm gonna say it anyway, is when Batman and the Flash Barry Allen get into Batman's Mercedes, and he's like, he's
Yeah.
like, so what's your superpower? And he's like,
I'm
just rich, and I'm like, damn, this guy, and he just says it with such posture,
I like that as well.
such what's the word? With such
Confidence.
integrity
Swagger.
and confidence, yeah. He's just like,
Mm.
my superpower is that I'm rich, and I'm like, I rate that. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
I
It's
rate
just that
that.
one quote. I was like, yeah, I like that. So that's
He's
that
honest.
was my favorite part.
He's honest. Or what about you, Rugged?
Yeah, you're gonna think I'm a weirdo for this. My favourite part of the movie was Batman's quads. Look at them legs.
What?
Jesus Christ. They are massive.
Okay,
Alright
and what's
then.
your least favourite part of the movie?
I know I
Wonder
still need
Woman's
to talk
quads.
about Batman's quads. I mean, look at the power of them quads. When he boots that alien thing, he goes flying.
That's true. That was an awesome
No,
roundhouse
like
kick.
seriously, I've sent a picture. Look at Batman's quads.
Have you
They
really
are
just sent a
massive.
picture of
They
Ben
are
Affleck's?
massive. Look at
To
them
be
quads.
fair, they are big.
I mean, This really wasn't the
Jesus
answer I was
Christ.
hoping to get when I asked this question. I gotta be honest with you.
I saw it
But-
coming from Rug, to be fair.
Yeah, but
Let's
look
be
at
honest.
them. Anyway,
Okay,
like,
let's-
worst
least
bit of
favorite
the
part.
movie. I have to say I love slow motion, but when it's overused a lot.
That's fair.
No, I
actually.
don't think it was overused so much, but there were a bit of times I'm like slow motion again. But
Mm-hmm.
overall, I think he did great job on the slow motion.
Yeah.
It was definitely
I feel like they-
overused, but that's Zack
I feel
Snyder
like-
for you.
Yeah. Wonder Woman theme. I enjoy the Wonder Woman theme, so I'm not bothered. But you know.
I mean, it's we're getting unlimited cut run times, so I feel like he could do whatever he really wanted with that. So I'm happy that he got to do that, but at the same time, he could
Yeah.
have cut at least a half hour.
They were
of the
still
movie.
cool to see. The CGI were great, so it made
Yeah,
good
it was
anyway.
cool. It was cool. So I don't really. There was some slow mos where it was very important, especially like when Flash is running and stuff. But otherwise, it just
So
yeah.
I've heard a lot of people say that this is a 4-hour cut of the Snyder cut of Justice League, but it could be easily trimmed down to a 3-hour really good movie.
Not 3 hours.
I disagree. I
Yeah.
want all of that extra footage. Even that scene, that pretty weird scene with the girl singing to Aquaman as he's going into the water and then sniffing his jumper. I
Oh,
still
can I
kind
change
of
my least
enjoyed
favorite-
that scene. I didn't hate that scene.
I thought it was a bit weird.
Yeah.
Can I
it
change my
annoyed
least
some
favorite
people.
scene?
Okay,
I
fair
did not
enough.
like that. That was
Um,
I'm glad
Oh,
we got
yeah.
it, but I did not like that at all.
I won't lie,
I almost
that
skipped
was
ahead.
Yeah, that was,
was
the
like, how
point
is
in
this
the
still
movie
going?
that I pulled out my phone and started
Yeah,
scrolling
weirdly
through
though, this
Instagram.
movie, it's such a long movie, but I didn't actually want it to end.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
like
the second time I watched it, I was like,
Yeah,
oh, no,
you
there's
don't
only
want it to
40 minutes
end, do you
left,
know?
What do I do?
Like I
No, I
remember
was
so much
pausing
time with
halfway,
fans, man.
and I just wish it never ended. Like especially how it ended though. We need more.